All right, so today is August 5th, 2018, and we're doing a new consultant training. I am Sue Moulton from Bosco, New Hampshire, an advanced director, and we're going to be talking about what do you do when you first start your Pampered Chef business. So I'm going to screen share with you my PowerPoint, and this is new consultants in their first week or two of business. And what I want you to know is that this is your business. You're in business for yourself, but never in business by yourself. So I am here to help you. Home office is here to help you. And there's a wealth of information on our team page. Our team members are unbelievable. And even I have past team members that are still on the page. And so if I'm at a show or something like that and you post a question and you need help, other people will answer for you. So, so don't feel like you are out there on your own. There's always an answer available to you, and I'll help you figure out where to get that. If I have not already emailed you the Evernote document that has hyperlinks inside it, it's like I joke, it's like everything you ever needed to know or didn't need to know about Pampered Chef is in that document. And I've created it so that it has hyperlinks. So when I talk about you want to be able to see what Fast Track to Director is, it'll bring you right to the Fast Track to Director image. So we're going to start with, what's your why? So it's very important to know why you're doing Pampered Chef, why you're doing what you're doing. And so often people say that they're doing Pampered Chef because they need some extra money, but I want to go just a little bit deeper with each of you here. I want to know what you want to do with your money, what it is that you're hoping to accomplish from Pampered Chef. And hi, Linda, welcome. So I want to start with Tammy, because Tammy was at National Conference with us and she shared a little bit about her why with me, so I know a little bit about it. So Tammy, if you don't mind unmuting for just a second, and we'll just have a little conversation, and then I want the rest of you guys to kind of chime in and just kind of think about this. And if you have a piece of paper and a pen, I want you to just write why on the piece of paper, because after you're off this call, and maybe tomorrow when you have a few minutes in the morning drinking coffee, or in the evening if you're a night owl, I want you to really start digging into your why. So Tammy, tell everybody one of the things that you shared with me over the weekend about what you would really love to get out of this Pampered Chef business.
Well, one of the things I really want is the trips. My husband is a photographer, and he always wants to go to destinations and do different things. And he's been working really hard on a YouTube channel and stuff like that. And he feels like he's stuck at his job because that's the money that we have to have. You know, if he leaves his job to do something else, then we're going to be stuck because he makes good money and that's somebody that we need. So for him, I would really like to have be able to bring him places and go to neat destinations and really do that for him. And also save for our retirement too, because right now we really don't have much for retirement, and that's a weight on his shoulders also. And I would really just like to free him up and kind of do some great things for him.
So I love that. I shared with Tammy that when I first started my Pampered Chef business, I started as a part-timer. I did one show a month for 7.5 years. And so during that time, we called my money, is it necessary money? Because I wanted it for cute shoes. And my husband didn't think cute shoes were necessary because I had probably 3 shoe racks full of cute shoes. So he told me that I needed to get a job. So I started Pampered Chef. But I squirreled money away so that the first big gift I could buy for my husband that we couldn't afford while I was a stay-at-home mom was one of those Sears, you know, those rolling racks for all the tools that you pull out. And I remember him getting so upset when his friend was delivering this big box because he was like, we don't have the money for that. That better not be what I think it is. Blah, blah, blah. And I smiled and I said, it came from the Is It Necessary fund. And just see that. So that was like the first step of my why, is to have some fun money so that we weren't always so tight. If I wanted to go to Dunkin' Donuts for coffee, I could afford it. It wasn't coming from our running budget. Now, fast forward that. Your why of what you start your business for now may change over time. So I just wanted cute shoes and some fun money. Then as time went on, I was able to pay $7,000 of my daughter's braces off. I was able to buy a new car. We were able to purchase land and we're paying monthly We bought land in the White Mountains for retirement, and we plan on paying that off in 3 years. So both of us are dumping every spare penny we have to get that paid off. So the month that I earned $7,600, my husband looked at me and he went, "Oh my God, you made more money than I did." And I was like, "I know." And he was like, "Can I have some?" And it was the best feeling in the world to be able to say, "Sure, how many thousands would you like?" Like, I was a stay-at-home mom for all those years, not providing income into the household. And so, not every month is a $7,000 month, but, to be able to say, yeah, you can have, half of it if you want. And to know that was extra money, not running budget money like Tammy's talking about. My husband's job has always been the running budget money too. So does anybody else want to share? You guys can unmute. Just share, maybe a little bit about your why. I'm going to be talking to each one of you individually and going deeper about that, but tell me a little bit about why you want to do Pampered Shop. Val, can you unmute? There you go.
Yeah, I'll talk. I'm divorced, and I was married almost 30 years. And for a while, I was a stay-at-home mom. And then I ended up, in the workforce because I had to be. And when we got divorced, I don't get alimony. And I have 3 of my adult children living with me, and I make half what my ex makes. And I just really want some sense of security and to be able to maintain my home and take care of my family. And, if I get to go on a vacation, that would be great, because I don't know what that is. I've never been able to do that. So that would be great, but it's mostly the independence and just not having to worry every moment.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sense of
that's what I'm
financial
hoping.
security. What's that?
Yeah. So that's what I'm hoping.
Yes, that's great. So we're going to work on that. So I have a little sneak peek. I'm so excited. They have never, in the 7 years that I've been going to national conference, or 6 years I've been going to national conference, ever announced next year's trip until December, the end of December or the beginning of January. So the current year we're in now, we're earning the trip to Scottsdale, Arizona, or to Hawaii. And that ends December 31st. Starting January 1st, you can earn a trip to Disney World, Florida. And the last 5 times that they've been, they do it every 5 years. So I think they've been 4 times. It's been for a trip for four people. So it's airfare, it's tickets to Disney, it's breakfast every morning. They usually give you like an ice cream coupon. And when I was there, which was 5 years ago, it was, they shut the park down. They shut one of the parks down from 9 till midnight for just Pampered Chefers. And so we got to ride the rides as fast as we wanted because it was only us there. So it's crazy the way they treat you. So I am so excited that they announced that, because people that are getting involved in our business right now. So I want you to be thinking about people that could love to get a trip for 4 to Disney for free. If they join now in the fall, like from now on, between now and December, we're going into our strongest selling season ever. The new catalog's coming out next month. We're going to have lots of strong bookings for the holidays and stuff like that. That will get the ball rolling. They'll know what they're doing. And by the time January 1st starts, they're going to be able to hit the floor running. So keep that in the back of your mind, a trip for 4 to Disney World down in Florida. The last one was out in California. So fun. Esther, do you want to just chime in at all? Or Barbara, do you want to chime in at all about?
I can.
Okay.
I'm a single mom. I have a 9-year-old, and I have a full-time job, and I'm going back to school, but money's always a little tight. So I wanted a little more, I suppose, fun money for my son and I to do some fun stuff without having to worry about going into the budget and trying to rearrange things.
Awesome. And Esther's going to be joining my team this month. She took a kit credit from her show, and so we're going to be signing her right in for that. All right, Barbara, you want to chime in at all?
Sure. Okay. Sorry. My main reason, I want to get out of debt. I'm tired of being in debt. My husband is a landscaper, so winters are very tight for us. And
Yes.
I'm just so tired of scraping by and living paycheck to paycheck. So I figured I would try this, and it's going well. So I'm very excited about it.
That's great. That's great. And it's definitely something that can provide year-round income, and it's awesome, and especially wintertime. It's funny, from now till Christmas, we do amazing business, and people always worry that the beginning of the year is slow. January, February, and March have been my 3 strongest months for 4 years running. So you just don't know. I mean, I have an amazing Christmas holiday season, but people get income tax returns in January, and they got Christmas money that they didn't spend, or they didn't get what they wanted for Christmas from their husbands, so they go out and buy it themselves. You know what I mean? So, so that's cool. So I'm looking forward to helping you with that as well. All right, Linda, do you want to share? Oh, she's you're on mute. You want me to unmute you? Here, you're unmuted. Can I hear you? Say something.
Can you hear me?
I can. Yay.
Oh, hi, my name is Linda. I work full time. I work in a hospital. I'm a full time phlebotomist, and I'm just trying to look for new money coming in to try to get some more bills paid and take an extra vacation. And I got 2 grandkids that I like to help my daughter out with. So hopefully that this will work out for me.
Perfect. All right, great. I'll mute you back up again. Great. So, so knowing your why is important, and I want you guys, we're going to dig a little deeper later individually on your whys, because a true why will help you when things get difficult. So having extra money is important, but if tomorrow you didn't have extra money, what would you do with that? You know what I mean? Like, what would happen if you didn't have that extra money? Obviously, you're living currently without having that extra money. So extra money is good, but knowing for sure what that extra money would be towards, and we're going to dig a little bit deeper into that. Your why usually will make you cry. Like I wanted extra money, but then it was like, well, what do you want the extra money for? And then once I started digging deeper and deeper, what I really want is I really want to be able to have my husband to a place just like Tammy, where if he wanted to quit his job, that he wasn't freaked out that we couldn't survive financially without it. I wanted to be able to make enough money that if he had to quit his job and get a different job doing something he really loved doing, which now he is doing something he loves, but I didn't want it to be that burdensome for him. Okay, so knowing, can you guys see the slides okay? Whoops. Can you see that all right? You can read them, nod your head if you can see them. Okay, good. Knowing how much you want. So like, how much did you want to earn each month is important, like an income level. And then you have to figure out how many shows will it take to get you there. So the average consultant across the nation with Pampered Chef is doing a $650 show, which is about $120 per night that you're earning for a few hours. So that's a really good deal. Obviously, you're going to have some $300 shows and some $1,000 shows and everything in between. For me, I started because I really wanted cute shoes. Now it's all about the travel. I adore traveling. I love trips, and I love having extra money for trips. And I've decided after not this past January, but the January before, I went to Puerto Rico for my 50th birthday, and I decided that getting out of New Hampshire in the winter for a week of sunshine is definitely on my bucket list. And so I want to be able to try to do something like that regularly. So fabulous vacations. This is actually an actual picture from Punta Cana when I was there. Like, isn't that friggin' amazing? There are so many pictures I can show you guys, and I'm like, pinch me, am I really at this place? And I've taken both of my kids, which are now adult kids, on these trips. My son was 18 the first time he went on a trip. My daughter was 15, almost 16. And they were like, oh my God, Mom, this is so amazing. This is so amazing. So to be able to do something like that would be really cool. Maybe it's a new car. I know a lot of people that have joined Pampered Chef. Jen Mitchell, actually, when she started Pampered Chef and she started having a regular income coming in with Pampered Chef that she knew was steady income, she went out and bought herself a new car. And Pampered Chef makes her car payment. We have another girl on our team that Tammy met. Her name is Susie out of Massachusetts. She paid off all her student loans and her Subaru Forester with her Pampered Chef money. She works a full-time job. She travels on an airplane for her job, and at the time she started Pampered Chef, she was the only income. Her husband had been out of work. So she was one busy lady, and she got it all done. Maybe you want to pay off debt. I heard some paying off debt. So I want you to be thinking about that. And by the way, I have a really good debt reduction plan. So if you want to learn about that, I have some CDs that can help you pay off debt. I paid off before I got married, or I had some medical bills, a CAT scan on my head that was uninsured. So we had about $12,000 worth of debt to pay off. And I was able to pay that off in about 14 months. So I'll explain how you can pay off debt and pay off your cars and then eventually pay off your house. So it is absolutely possible to do all of those things with a little determination and some grit. And that's why you got to know your why. Because I'm not going to lie to you. One of the things that I pride myself in is I'm going to be honest. That there are going to be highs and lows with direct sales, just like there's highs and lows with your regular job. You know, if coworkers you don't like, or something doesn't go well, or your boss asks you to do something, but they don't give you enough of the information or the supplies or the resources to get it done, you're going to get frustrated. Pampered Chef is no different than any other job. It goes like this, you know, you're on a high, you've got lots of bookings, everything is going great, and then somebody's going to cancel. Tomorrow night's show just canceled on me. I just got back from conference. Like, those things happen. Do I go, woo, yes, but I have to pull myself right back up and get back on the phone and get another show to replace the show that just canceled. All right. So those things happen. You have to have a big enough why so that when those things happen, you don't just go, forget it. It doesn't work. It works if you work the system. And I'm going to teach you the system because I am a walking, breathing, living result of the Pampered Chef business. I walked in as a consultant and I didn't know anything about direct sales. I don't like to cook. I really don't like to cook. And I am in the top 1% of the company. So the system works if you just plug yourself like an outlet into the system, okay? You might want to save for retirement, like Tammy said, and maybe you haven't put enough money aside for that. Maybe you want to pay for your own college loans or student loans, or maybe it's your kids' student loans, or maybe you have young kids and you need to save money for retirement. Or maybe, like me, it was just to pamper yourself. Like, I just needed some fun money. I was sick of living paycheck to paycheck and not even being able to afford a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. No joke. I used to get mad when I would show up at church on Sunday and there was this girl that I knew that, you know, we were helping to pay her bills, and she was showing up every Sunday with the Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I'm thinking, girlfriend, I'm brewing my own coffee. You're buying Dunkin' Donuts coffee with my money. I was so mad. So I was that broke. Maybe it's you just want to get out and have some fun and socialize. There are a lot of people that start Pampered Chef just because they want to be with a bunch of great people like Tammy and me and all of you guys, or you just want to get out and meet some new people. And that's definitely something Pampered Chef provides, is a really good group of positive people. And not all of us have positive people in our life. And so, you know, that's okay too. Some of the team members that I've had wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. They wanted to be able to quit their full-time jobs and be home with their kids. Others wanted to get out of the house. They were stay-at-home moms, and I had a stay-at-home dad too on my team that wanted to actually get out of the house and have some adult conversation. And all of those are legitimate reasons to start a business. You need to set goals. Statistically, if you set a goal, it needs to be a SMART goal. You need to set it and you need to write it down on a piece of paper. So I'm actually going to be following up with you guys this week, and you guys can tell me what day you want me to follow up with you. If you say Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or Saturday, that's fine. But between now and next Sunday, I want you to have some written SMART goals. So SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and has to have a time frame to it. So we're going to talk about that. Specific. Do you know exactly what you want to accomplish with all the details? You must be able to define it really clearly, and you must be able to know where you're going. I want to earn money, extra money, so that I can pay off some bills, and I want to do a few shows a month. That is not specific enough, okay? I need $500 a month to pay off my credit card in 6 months. Now we're getting more specific. See the difference? I will book 6 shows in order to hold 5, because you're going to get cancellations. You have to schedule 20% more shows than you need, because that's the statistic. 20% will either cancel or reschedule. Gosh, my voice sounds so funny. and you, in order to hold 5 shows, and that'll help you achieve your $500 that you're looking for. Okay, so 6 to 8 shows will get you between $500 and $1,000. So you want to know specifically. Measurable. Can you quantify your progress so that you can track it? Oh, I want to go on a vacation. Okay, that's not specific enough. I want a down payment for a new car. Those aren't specific. Here's specific. I need to save $1,500 for a summer vacation, and I have 12 weeks to do it between now and then. Or maybe you're like, okay, I want to pay off this one credit card before December, before Christmas, and I want to have $800 saved for Christmas money. So now we figure out how many weeks between now and Christmas and how much you need to, pay off on your credit card, and we work out a plan. That's how you get there, and I will help you work the plan out with you one-on-one. Or I need $400 a month for a car payment, so you need to earn $100 a week. So one show a week will give you $500 or more at the end of the month, but you need to plan for more than that in case you get cancellations, because it's not like you can't make your car payment. You have to have it there. So achievable means that it'll stretch you a little bit, but it's possible if you have a determined time frame. So if you say I want to earn $3,000 or I want $400 a month for a car payment, that's not achievable without you having a consistent business going. You can't, as a brand new consultant, just say this month I want $3,000 unless you are willing to do what it takes to get there. But that is achievable, maybe not in your first month, but it absolutely is achievable. So I want to build a team of 50 members and promote and to be holding 2 shows a week consistently. If you hold 1 to 2 shows a week, 5 to 6 a month, and consistently build a team of 5 or more, you'll promote to a director. And you'll earn a fast track to director promotion bonus. It's $1,000. So you get $500 when you promote to a director. You get $500 if you remain a director for the next 3 months at the 6-month mark, and you can earn an extra $1,000. So you can earn up to $2,000. And we'll talk more about fast track to director. But if you're taking notes, just write a little note, fast track. Realistic goals need to have a time commitment and the skills, and it needs to be within your reach. Are you willing to commit to what it takes is the question. I want to do 5 shows a week. Well, that might not be realistic. You might not be able to actually get 5 shows on your calendar a week booked. Now, we met a girl at conference. She's doing 20 shows a month. She sold $300 and something thousand last year alone with Pampered Chef. She does parties with stay-at-home moms. She does party with play groups. She does parties at nights and during the day. She does 5 shows a week. She does 20 a month. So if you have young kids or you work a full-time job or you're committed to other activities such as caring for an aging parent, or you're involved in church or sporting events, etc., those might not be realistic to do 5 shows in a week's time. But it might be more realistic to say I could hold 2 shows every Saturday and 1 show every Friday or every Monday. So the reason I say 2 shows on a Saturday is I often will do a 9:30 and then a 2:30. And I'll get 2 shows done in one day, done. Boop. And then I'll add 1 more day in during the week so that I'm getting 3 shows in. That way, if somebody cancels, I'm still holding 2 shows a week no matter what. And 2 shows a week no matter what will earn you Disney. Time bound, needs to be time bound. Does your goal have a deadline? There must be clear defined times for you in order to get a start and an end date on it. I want to earn $400 versus I want to earn $400 a month to meet my car payment due on the 1st of every month. And I want to replace my full-time income or save on childcare in a year's time. So I'll help you come up with very specific deadlines for that. So the difference between a dream and a goal is that a goal is actually written down on a piece of paper. And then we break that goal into bite-sized steps, into little pieces that you can accomplish. And then I help you do that, and we keep accountable. You also want to have a dream board. A dream board is really important for you to stay motivated. And a dream board is you clip out pictures of the places that Tammy's husband wants to go to and that Tammy wants to go to. And she's going to post some things on there. And she might post some smaller goals that she knows that she's going to accomplish along the way. Like, as soon as she has 5 team members, she's going to be a director. So maybe she picks out her red dress. Or Tammy, if you don't want to wear a red dress, you can wear red shoes or red scarf, doesn't matter. Some people walk stage wearing black, doesn't matter. Red is director color. So people often will pick out a red dress. Susie and Wendy both picked out red dresses and red shoes, and they had their outfit all picked out before they became a director. So steps along the way that you know you want to achieve in order to get to the big goal or dream. There is a goal tracker, which I will post to you guys. I will post it in our group chat. It's important for you guys to have the goal tracker so that you'll be able to see. I also want you to choose 5 or 10 years down the road. I want you to be thinking for a minute. How old will your children be in 5 years from now? So 14 is how old Logan's going to be in 5 years. He's going to be in middle school. Holy smokes. So where will you be in 5 years? How much debt will you have in 5 years from now? What kind of car will you be driving 5 years from now? And where will you have traveled in 5 years? I want you to be thinking about that, because here's my biggest saying. I'm sure you've heard this before. If you always do what you've always done, you're always going to get what you've always had. So if you want your life to change, this is an opportunity. This is not manna from heaven. This is not a golden goose. This is an opportunity that if you work a system and you work this business, you could be earning money to change your future and change your life. It has changed my life. Seriously changed my life. I earn on average between $2,500 and $3,500, sometimes $4,500 a month regularly doing Pampered Chef. That's full-time income. I've got girlfriends that are making $10,000 in here in New Hampshire, $10,000 a month doing Pampered Chef. It's created a lifestyle change because they were consistent and they didn't give up when it got hard. Okay, vision boards. This is what a vision board kind of looks like. You want to know where you want to be 5 years from now. So if you want to be healthier, if you want to, take your child on a trip, or yourself on a trip, or your husband on a trip, if you want to have a different car, different light, no debt, whatever, have a vision board. This is one of the things I can really encourage you about with that is that with a vision board, you really do change your future. At one point, I was selling like $95,000 and $97,000 and $94,000, and I got irked. I'm like, man, I want to earn I want to sell $100,000 next year. And so I wrote it down, and I wasn't tracking for the 100,000. I was tracking for the trip, but I wrote it down. And what happens is your subconscious starts to figure out, like, how am I going to get to these goals? And your mind's working even when you don't think so. And that was the first year that I actually broke 100,000 in sales, and I haven't gone underneath it since. So having things written down is really going to be key. So I'm going to give you an example, and I'll provide this PowerPoint for you guys. I'll post it on our team page so you can go back and just kind of chew on it yourself. I want to earn $500 a month to pay for a $400 car payment and some extras. I'll schedule 6 shows a month and hold 4 to 5 consistently. I'll host coach my hostesses for higher attendance, and our goal is 10 guests minimum. I'll offer the business opportunity to everyone, every time, to promote to a director within 90 days. And I'll make 3 contacts a day and do 1 show a week and recruit 1 team member a month. The 3-2-1 system is one that Pampered Chef says is the secret to success. So when your kit arrives, there were 3 different kits, depending upon which ones that you ordered. If your kit has already arrived, then you can't do a grand opening kit reveal, but Esther can. So what you do is you call your best friend or your neighbors, and you're like, oh my God, you got to come over and see what came in my kit. Let's open it up together. And you open it up together with your friends, because once you start pulling out $1,000 worth of products, people are like, holy crap, that's a ton of stuff. Now they're interested in knowing more about what you're doing, and you have your first recruit lead. So don't worry, PC University has it all. Everything that I'm teaching you is reviewable in the PC University anytime, day or night. If you're a morning person, you can do it then. If you're a night owl, you can do it then. There's a section called What to Do in Your First 72 Hours, and that's an important checklist to look at. This checklist came in your kit. It tells you what you need to do. If you've not gone through some of these, it's important for you to go back and go through them. My job isn't to actually train you on all this. It's to coach you on that. So if you haven't done it and come up with questions, I can't really coach you on where to go with that. You have to start with the basic training first, okay? But it tells you when your kid arrives, this is what you're going to do. Do this, do this, do this. Your first parties. Okay, got to have a schedule. Schedule needs to be, however, if you're a paper person, great. If you're not, you can do it digitally. This is mine. I know it looks crazy, but I have peel and stick stickers here, and these come off so that if, like the lady today who canceled, I can peel her name right off of that date and move her to whatever date I can get her to reschedule on. I color code it green, meaning money. Those are days I'm willing to work. So I'll open up 12 to 16 days on my calendar trying to book 10 to 12. 8's my absolute minimum. I have to have 8 a month because that 8 makes you great. That's my saying. If you're doing 8, you're definitely going to be on track. So I try to book 10 or 12, and so I open up 16 slots because, of course, you're not going to book every date that you want. But you got to have dates available on your calendar so that you know when you're willing to work, so that when somebody says they're interested in doing a show, you're going to offer them their next available date. Now, if you haven't done a grand opening show or a kickoff show, I highly recommend you do that. And you schedule 2 of them, actually. One on a weekend and one on a weekday, so that people, even if it's your closest friends, your aunts, your cousins, whatever, they can come over and you're going to say, look, I just need to get some practice with my tools. Come, enjoy the food, let me practice with you. If they can't make your first date, you just want to say, no problem. Can you come to the second one? But before you actually invite people to your grand opening show, it's actually more important that you ask them if they will host a show for you. The reason being is, for every person that hosts a show for you, that's usually $120 in your pocket. If they come to your show and they buy a food chopper, that's $10 or $11 in your pocket. So although we want them to come and purchase something, it would be better for you if they hosted a show, because that will put you in front of more people, and more people are where we're going to get our other shows from. So you want to pick a theme and offer the theme. Can I show your friends fast, fresh weeknight meals or one-pot cooking, things like that. Okay, if you haven't already created a launch list, this is the list of people that you're going to announce your business to. You need to do that. And the list has to be long. It has to be 100 people. A lot of people are like, I don't know 100 people. You actually do. People know about 600 people. So it's all about 6 degrees of separation. I'm sure you've heard of that. It's not who you know, which might be your aunt and your cousin, but it's who they know. So if your aunt or your cousin, when you call them and ask if they'd be willing to do a show with you, agree to do a show, it's the people you're going to be meeting at those shows. Plus, it's so important for you to announce your business to people that you see at weddings and funerals, your old college roommates, things like that, because I got invited to a Pampered Chef show because the lady didn't know I was a Pampered Chef consultant. She was the accountant at the place that I used to work at. I was so mad, but I never told anybody there at my workplace that I was a Pampered Chef consultant, so she booked a party with somebody else and invited me to it. So that just goes to show you that it's really important that you announce your business and let people know that you are the Pampered Chef person to go to. You're going to sort your list by 3 different ways. One is who's most likely to book a show, who are you not sure, and C is your chicken list. So A, B's, and C's. You want to book your first 8 shows. I always say 2 friends, 2 relatives, 2 coworkers, and 2 family members. So write that down if you guys haven't done that. 2, 2, 2, and 2. 2 friends, 2 relatives, 2 coworkers, friends, relatives, coworkers, and neighbors. Sorry, 4th category is neighbors. I'll also post a sheet called Frank's List, F-R-A-N-K, and it's friends, relatives, acquaintances, and it gives you ideas. So like if I might say, who was your best friend in high school? You're going to write that person down. Then you're going to say, who was your coworker at your last job? Name a coworker at your last job. So you'll start a list, and you're going to just reach out to these people, and I'll tell you how to reach out to them later, but this is what we're going to be doing. So parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, everybody's fair game. Anybody who eats is fair game to put on your list to announce your business to. Okay? Here's my script. This is what works for me. The most important thing I tell you guys is make sure that If I give you word choices that you do not feel comfortable with, I do not expect you to be me, okay? So I have some super quiet, shy girls on my team. I have some outgoing girls on my team. I have some girls that are like, you will never see my face or hear my voice. I'm going to hide behind my phone and text you only. It is totally okay. I can help you if you are honest with me. So if I go, oh, well, just say blah, 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 and you're thinking in your head, there is no way I would say that. You have got to tell me, because how am I going to give you different word choices? Because what I might say is I might reach out to another team member or another director friend of mine and say, all right, I have, this girl and she would never use my word choices. Give me something that you would say in this situation and she'll help. So let me help you. So here's what I would say. I'm just going to read it. Hey, it's Sue. I'm super excited because I just started my own business with the Pampered Chef. Have you ever heard of us? They're probably going to say yes. And wait to see what they say, okay? You want to know. Whoops. Sorry, I clicked too many buttons. Hey, I'm calling to ask a favor. I'm booking my first 6 shows, and I need some small ones and I need some large ones. You could earn somewhere between like $150 and $250 in free, half price, and discounted products. Would you be willing to gather a few friends together for a fun night out while I jumpstart my business? Usually they'll say yes. Okay, if they do, you're going to offer your first 3 available dates. You don't say what works for you. You're going to say, let me look at my calendar, flip. I could do Thursday the 9th, I could do Saturday at 9:30, the 11th, or I could do Tuesday the 14th. Which of those works best? You're going to pick 3 dates that are available for you. You don't want to give them too many options. It's too hard. People, their brain will sort it and only pick 2. So if they pick a date, great. If they say, oh, I don't know, I don't think I really could, you want to ask, is that a no for now or a no forever? Usually, I've never had anybody say it's a no for now. Not ever. I've never had anybody say that. So if they say a no for now, you say, great, when would be a good time for me to follow up with you? Don't you suggest. Let's see what they say. Because they might say, in 2 weeks when my test is done at work, or next month after my daughter's wedding. You don't know why they're delaying. Or they might say when the new catalog comes out in fall. They might say before Christmas or whatever. Okay? So let them decide when is good to follow up. I'm giving you examples because I used to do it before. And I used to pick times. And one lady, actually, the wedding example was actually true. I was going to follow up with her in like 4 months. And I actually used those words. Well, when's good for you? When should I call you? And she said, how about 3 weeks after my daughter's wedding? So I actually had a show booked within a month's time, which I wouldn't have followed up with her for 4 months. So lesson learned. So I'm trying to help you guys not make the same mistakes I made. So repeat after me. The phone is my friend. The phone is my friend. I hope you guys have all seen the Minions where Crew is like so afraid to call his girlfriend on the first one, and he's going to the phone, and he finally torches the phone with a thing. He's like, and the little minions come in and they're like, weep, 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 and they put the phone out. Like, he was so afraid to pick up the phone. The phone really does work, and I know it's really hard, and a lot of people can do it through texting, and I agree. But there is nothing like your voice that comes through on the phone. And if you smile, I'm sure you've heard this. If you're smiling when you're on the phone, and I always tell people stand up, you do better when you're standing up. So I'll go in a room, I'll shut the door, and I'll stand up and I'll pace in a circle while I'm talking on the phone. And I've done team trainings before where I've made host coaching calls, and I am so nervous when you guys are watching me. I'm like sweating. I am no happier on the phone than you guys are. But I do it, and those are some of the things that make me successful. Now, can you do it through texting? Absolutely, but you have got to make yourself really personable through a text because people can misread what you're saying, okay? Okay, so you want to start calling and to book the shows. And so remember, you want to ask, is that a no for now? You want to, if they say no, they're not going to book a show with you, you're going to ask them, well, what about a catalog or a virtual Facebook party? And if they say no to that, you want to say, can you come to my kickoff show? Because if they've already said no to doing a live show and no to doing a catalog show, they're going to feel horrible if they say no to coming to your kickoff show. So at least now you have a yes, somebody's coming to your house, right? And then if they say yes, they're going to do a show, again, you want to pick your first few dates. If they're calling, I'm sorry, we're away this weekend, you can reply, no problem, I'm having a second kickoff date on Tuesday. I'd really love your feedback. I love you calling me, I'd rather you call me my trainer or the girl who's getting me started. because people outside of direct sales don't understand what a director is. You know what I mean? I think it relate to a manager, I guess, would be better. But I try not to use too many direct sales terms because people don't understand what that is. But the more practice you can get in your first 30 days, the better you will be. So just be honest. The first people you're booking shows with are your family and your friends anyway. So just be honest. Like, look, I have got to get outside my family and friend circle as fast as I can. And the fastest way to do that is to have a few of my family do shows and invite people that I do not know to this show so I can get outside that friends and family circle. If you don't ask them, the answer is going to be no to start with. And if you're already started with a no, what do you got to lose, right? And if you don't go where you've always wanted to go, then you'll never have it. So if you don't step forward, you're always going to be standing in the same spot. So it's important to step out of your comfort zone and do a little bit of stuff that you're not so comfortable doing in order to get the results that you want. You all want something more out of your life, and this is an opportunity to get that. So now that we have our shows booked, or hopefully we'll work on that, we need to host coach our hostesses. And so there's a host coaching checklist with scripts. I'm going to send this PowerPoint to you. I honestly, for the first 2 years, I printed this out and I taped that on the inside of a pocket folder. And I had all of my hostesses in there, and I just read down the questions, and this is how I host coached. So you call and you set and confirm the date, and then you review the hostess rewards, and then the party planner, and I'll go over all of this individually. You can also just take the class online called Host Coaching at PC University. But this is a fast, at a glance checklist that you can use when you're contacting your hostesses. And Pampered Chef recommends a 3-contact discussion in order to have your best hosting. And the month that I earned $7,600, I'll be honest with you, I was teaching on host coaching, so I actually went back to this and I host coached every host exactly as I was supposed to, and I had the highest month sales, and my team did too. So host coaching really makes a difference. We sometimes get out of the habit of it, which I'll be honest, I got out of the habit of it recently, so I need to get back into that. So now you're back in school. You guys get to go to PC University. It's free. You guys don't have to pay for this education. And I'll tell you, I've gotten people that have come and gone from Pampered Chef and have said the things that they have learned through this business and the basic business skills that they have learned from being a part of this organization has changed everything in their workplace and in their life. So it does make a difference if you study and you learn. So you're going to learn how to find your host bonus specials. You're going to know how to enter an order, set up a Facebook event. There's videos on everything right at PC University. Okay? The first 5 steps at PC University, when you log into Pampered Chef website, these first 5 steps are super important. You have to go through all of these 5 steps. It's going to teach you how to set up your direct deposit. If you want to get paid, you want that for sure. And how to close your shows. You're allowed to use the Pampered Chef. You're allowed to use your own debit or credit card for your first, I think, 60 days. But after that, you can't close a show unless you've already set up your order payment account with Pampered Chef. So this is stuff you don't want to skip over. It's going to show you fast track to director and all that. So I know you guys are feeling a little like this right now, just like I was at conference, right? Feeling like maybe you're having a little bit of information overload. Fear not. Soon, it's going to feel more like this. A gentle rain of information that you've heard me say again and again and again. And then the 4th time I say, oh, you should host coach, and this is what you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I remember her talking to me about that. So although I'm speaking fast and I'm telling you lots of information, I repeat myself a lot. So soon you're going to be like my daughter, and she could give you this PowerPoint. She's heard me say it enough times. So don't worry if you're feeling a little overwhelmed. I spoon feed this to you. So we're gonna set up some shows. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna figure out who we're gonna talk to. So it all starts with your list of 100. If you don't have 100 people on your list, we need to go back and find them. All right? Where are the people that we know? So you want to shadow another consultant, a seasoned consultant on a show. So I think, Linda, you're down in Massachusetts, right? Are you down in Mass somewhere? Or maybe it's Barbara, or maybe both of you guys are. Let me know, because I'm sometimes down there doing shows, and we've got some team members down in Massachusetts as well, so we can hook you up with some of those. If you're doing virtual, you definitely want to shadow on Jen Mitchell. So if you have not been on one of her shows, you want to ask her, can I please be a guest on one of your shows? She'll add you as a guest. Do not play the games. Do not comment. Do not engage. You're a guest viewing what she's doing, okay? She will help you and show you what she uses for pictures. The most important thing is if we use some of her photos or some of our pictures, you must always use your own word choices. It's when people share the exact post with the exact word choices that we get put in Facebook jail, and then you can't access your Facebook for, 5, 7, sometimes 10 days. So you're dead in the water if you steal other people's word choices, because Facebook has algorithms and they can tell. And you want it to be more you anyway. Like I say wicked cool and fun, crazy things like that. You know, if you're from the South, you're going to say, y'all want to go here? You know, you want to use your own word choices in it so that people get to know your personality anyway. You're building rapport. You want to talk about power tools. You want to talk about bookings and recruiting and do a full service checkout at every show. And I'm going to train you on what all of that means. But this is the essential elements of a show right here. Okay? There's skills that I will teach you. So you learn skills, and then there's the will, and I'll teach you all of those different things. It's always better together. So I recommend you think about who else would love to go to Disney with you? Who would you like to vacation? You got a friend or a family member that you thought, man, it would be so great if they came to Disney with us. They're so much fun to be with. I would recommend that you talk to me or your recruiter if it's not me, and we get on the phone and do a 3-way call with some of your people, because maybe they want to start their own Pampered Chef business on your team in your organization, which you'll get paid more money if you have a team growing. And plus it's easier. You know, it's kind of like exercising. Always easier when you have a friend to exercise with. Your 30-day mark is an important date. You want to mark it down. If you don't know what your 30-day mark is, ask your recruiter or go back to your welcome email. They'll give you your 30-day and your 90-day mark. The reason being is there is a promotion every single month if you join Pampered Chef, except for in December. I don't think there's a promotion that month. But every month there has been something that you can earn for free in addition to commission, in addition to your Pampered Chef dollars that you earn. There's another bonus, and you don't want to miss that. So you want to know what your 30-day mark is so that you can close all your shows by then. The 90-day mark is important as well, because if you promote to a fast track in 90 days, you get an extra bonus. And also you can earn Pampered Chef dollars in your first 90 days. For every $1,250 you sell, you earn 100 Pampered Chef dollars. Pampered Chef dollars, I call it, it's like Mickey money. You get to use Pampered Chef dollars to buy products or catalogs or door prizes or whatever you want, Pampered Chef money-wise. So it can be used with Pampered Chef. You could use it for conference. People used it to pay for their conference ticket. So it's unlimited in your first 90 days. So you can earn as many Pampered Chef dollars as you possibly can. So we had a girl on our team, she earned like over 1,500 Pampered Chef dollars. She had a big honking fundraiser in her first 30 days, in her first 90 days. So for every $1,250 you sell, you get 100 Pampered Chef dollars. That's on top of your commission, okay? So if you promote to a director in your first 90 days, which I think you should set that as a goal, there were a lot of people that walked stage called fast track directors this week. They had these sashes on them. That means that they recruited 5 people to their team. They welcomed 5 people onto their team, and their team had 5,000 in team sales total. And then if you maintain it for 3 more months, you get another $500 cash bonus, again, on top of all your commission. And if you help somebody else do that, there was a girl that walked stage, she promoted as a fast track advanced director, and she did that as well. So that's cool. So if you get there speedy, you get to get promotions and you get all kinds of accolades. These things here are images that Pampered Chef provides for you that you can use on Facebook. So I just want you to know that they provided everything that you need to be successful. Okay, so you want to mark off your team meetings on your calendar. These are a must attend in your first 90 days. Please do not miss team meetings. They're important. I mean, when you start a new job, how are you going to learn how to get trained if you don't actually do the training, right? So we do, if you're local to me, we're going to be doing a recipe night where we're going to try out the new products. The next team meeting is actually our fall kickoff. It's at Southern New Hampshire University in Hooksett, New Hampshire. It's at the college. It's there's about 100 of us that are going to be there. It's a couple different teams coming together. We have somebody flying in from the home office. Where you're going to have all the new products, fall products on display. We'll be raffling off products. There'll be surprise boxes that you can put a raffle into. So it's definitely a must-have. There'll be training and good things. Normally it's the second Tuesday of every month, but I learned from conference this year that we really want to be making our team meetings at the end of the month so that I can prep you for the full September without it being in September yet. All right, how am I doing on time? Ooh, 5 more minutes. All right, let me see what I have for, how many more slides I have. Oh, good, almost done. I didn't want to run out of time. 2 bookings at every show. Part of what we do, I always say, I'm not through until I book 2. I'm not through until I book 2. And it's important because 2 bookings will change the way your business goes. So I'm actually going to take this off screen share for a second because I want to see you guys. Take a piece of paper and draw a line straight down the center of it so that you have 2 halves to the page, straight down. Okay, and on one side, and Linda had to go, okay, I saw that. Write 2 on one side and then 1 on the right side of the page. So 2 bookings at the, 1 booking at the first side, sorry, and then 2 bookings at the second side. So, 2 or 1, doesn't matter. Actually, if you put the 2 first, it's probably easier. So I'll show you. Okay, so we have our line, we have 2 and 1, looks like that, right? So the first month, we're gonna reach out to 8 people, or 6 people. Let's say we reach out to 6 people, 2 friends, 2 relatives, 2 neighbors, right? So we have 6 people, we book 6 shows, 2 of them cancel. So we have 6 minus 2, that leaves us with 4 shows, right? But if we book 2 at each of those 4 shows, now we go into the next month in business with 8 shows on our calendar, right? So we booked 8, we minus 2 because we get 2 cancellations, which happens. We hold 6 shows our second month. So the first month we held 4, right? The second month we held 8. Third month we held 6. So we had 6 bookings times 2, minus 2. We're at 8. So 16 bookings minus 2 is 14. So you see how getting 2 bookings at each show, because you're gonna lose some, but if you get 2 bookings at every show that you hold, I guess that should be 12. I can do my math here. 12 minus 2 is 10. Hello. That's in month 4. And then 10, at this point, you should probably say 3 will cancel. So you're holding maybe 7 at that point. Okay. And then at each 7, you get 2 bookings, you have 14 on your next month. Okay, so now we're going to go into the next column, the 1 column. So the 1 column, you book 6 shows, you minus 2, you only held 4 shows that first month, right? So then you say 4 shows times 1 booking, we have 4 shows in month 2. 4 shows minus 2 bookings is 2 shows in month 3. 2 shows minus 2 shows, you are now out of business by your 4th month. So 2 bookings per show. We're thinking, oh my God, what if I don't get 2 bookings per show? I'm going to teach you what to do because it happens to me all the time. Some months I get 3 or 4 bookings per show and some months I don't. So there are other places to get bookings, but your goal is 1 to 2 bookings. 2 bookings will give you future business, okay? So don't worry about that. These are skills I'm going to train you on. How do I get bookings? Okay, that's a whole training. So, but I want you to keep that in the back of your mind so that when you go in, you don't think, oh, I just want 1 booking to replace the current booking that I have, okay? We want to expand your business. All right, so let me just finish up my PowerPoint and I'll open it for questions. I always joke, call your director. We have solutions that will help you to succeed at that. I mean, really, we're going to have ideas that you can try, all different types of ideas. There's lots of people that put their heads together. So this is that same thing that I asked you to write out, but I wanted you guys to see it yourself. But you're going to get this in the PowerPoint that I send you, and it'll show you how you can extend your business and get bookings. I'll leave you with this. Call your director. Keep calm. Call your director, because it's my job to partner with you so that we can brainstorm a bunch of different ideas together. So now you guys can unmute yourself. I want to answer any questions that you guys have. It's 9:30. I don't want to take up too much time, but I wanted to give you a basic general overview of Pampered Chef in your first 30 days. What do you guys have for questions?
Well, I mean, for me, I'm having a problem I just moved here 4 months ago. I don't have a huge circle. I'm struggling.
Okay, so you and I will work one-on-one, but some of the things that we're going to talk about is we're going to make a list of, we had a bunch of coworkers that came to your show. So we're going to let them know that, hey, I did just sign up to become a consultant. And Sue said the most important thing that I can do in my first 30 days is to get a lot of practice shows in. So I need some small ones and some big ones. I really could use your guys' help because, as you know, I'm new to the area. So my goal is to have you invite people I do not know to this party. Would you be willing to pick one of my fun theme shows and help me out? So coworkers, also neighbors. So you could do a grand opening. You're on Borough Road. You literally could do a mini catalog with an invitation on it and say, hey, I'm new to the area. I'm your local Pampered Chef consultant. I'm also your neighbor. I live at 22, Fowler Road or whatever. I'm having a Pampered Chef open house or Pampered Chef Meet the Neighbors show. I hope you'll come and join me from 2 to 4 on Sunday afternoon. Please RSVP so I have a head count for food. Now, you may not get a lot of people, but you may. And I would knock the door and face-to-face, hey, I'm Val, I'm your neighbor. I'm also a Pampered Chef consultant. I'm going to be doing a get-together so I can meet the neighbors. Everybody wants to meet each other, but they don't want to sit over a dinner table and have dinner with you because that's like way too awkward. You know what I mean? So, but they'll come out for a little quick 2-hour Pampered Chef show. So that's what I would say is like, I really want to get to meet some of my neighbors. I want to, let you guys see what's new with the Pampered Chef. I thought this would be a fun, casual way for us to introduce ourselves. I hope you'll come out for an open house.
Okay.
And we can work on some other approaches. So that's for neighbors. Anybody else have a question to answer? No? Okay. So what I'd like to do is I want you guys to text me or private message me, let me know when I can follow up with you on your little homework assignment of writing out some goals. And then Val, you and I will talk. Do we have a date already scheduled for one-on-one?
Not yet.
Okay, so the only day I'm busy is, well, I have shows Tuesday, Wednesday of this week, but we can talk a little bit during lunch break. Do you get an hour's lunch or?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so if you want, we can take 20 minutes twice a week or something like that, and get a game plan going on that. Same thing with you, Tammy. You and I could talk during the day, right? So we'll get a game plan going with that. I have a standing engagement on Tuesdays. I have a 10 o'clock and I have a 1:30 to 3:30. So so we'll find some times, you and I, Tammy, we'll find some times to do your calls. Barbara, are you working with Jen Mitchell?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, I'm going to start.